Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants, and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Since 1998, Lanco Group has been providing superior civil engineering solutions and advice to developers, local government and service authorities across Australia. Lanco Group is known for delivering sustainable, efficient solutions. By working closely with clients, Lanco Group is able to meet the complex infrastructure requirements for residential, commercial and industrial developments on time, on budget. Find out more at lancogroup.com.au. Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions.
Cambiasso. This is where Argentina can be very patient indeed. I've watched their youth teams do this. Just play the ball endlessly around the edge of their opponent's penalty area, then suddenly break with devastating consequences. Saviola, Cambiasso. Cambiasso! They've done it! They've done it! And scored a fantastic goal! How many passes did they put together there? You'd need a calculator.
FNR, Football Nation Radio.
Since 1998, Lanco Group has been providing superior civil engineering solutions and advice to developers, local government and service authorities across Australia. Lanco Group is known for delivering sustainable, efficient solutions. By working closely with clients, Lanco Group is able to meet the complex infrastructure requirements for residential, commercial and industrial developments on time, on budget. Find out more at lancogroup.com.au. Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions.
With this great sporting nation who has yet to embrace fully the world's greatest game, and for so long of trying to have the game accepted. And when I'm up at the big football field in the sky, I just want people just to remember I told you so.
And suddenly the complexion of the game changes. Let's hope it doesn't, but this is the best period for Iran in the match. Ali Dodi, danger for Australia here, the flag's down! It's an equaliser!
Just feel for them, not just the boys, they are representative of so many people who make this game their life. It's just, no, I can't say anything, mate.
All right.
Especially as they have the impetus. Aloisi. Cahill. Cahill! Tim Cahill has done it again! What a goal by Tim Cahill! 2-1 Australia! Oh, it's a wonderful moment in Kaiserslautern! And Tim Cahill has come off the bench and maybe won the match for the Socceroos.
You're listening to FNR, Football Nation Radio.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Since 1998, Lanco Group has been providing superior civil engineering solutions and advice to developers, local government and service authorities across Australia. Lanco Group is known for delivering sustainable, efficient solutions. By working closely with clients, Lanco Group is able to meet the complex infrastructure requirements for residential, commercial and industrial developments on time, on budget. Find out more at lancogroup.com.au. Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Western United, can they find something here?
Big chance, Barisha! He's done it again!
And it's a goal! Unbelievable! What about this? Dylan Farias, his first touch of the game. Sanchez! Western United do claim the 3 points. And Diamante again! Oh, he's done it! Twice! He's chipped a keeper!
Presented by Simonds. It's The Green Room on FNR, Football Nation Radio. Welcome back to The Green Room here on FNR Football Nation Radio. Josh Parrish here alongside Lachie Flanagan. Apologies for any technical issues with the sound you may have experienced during the break. We'll have Leo Lacroix's interview in full on our podcast platforms immediately afterwards if you happen to miss any of that as a result. But we're delighted to be joined now by, we were looking this up before, the most decorated player in A-League history, Michael Theo, goalkeeping coach at Western United, legendary former A-League keeper. Welcome to The Green Room.
For having me.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you on, mate. Tell us what lured you to the club this off-season.
Yeah, just the opportunity. I spoke with the head coach, John Aloisi, and he mentioned there might be an opportunity to obviously come into the club. And for myself, I was out of the professional game for the past couple of years. So I thought it was a great time to get back in that professional environment. And obviously I did it for a long time, and I love the, I suppose, the attention, the detail that goes into obviously, trying to win games of football. So it was a fantastic opportunity, and I'm glad that I'm a part of the club.
And of course, it probably helped that you had something of a, pre-existing relationship with John as well, having played under him as a coach. How have you found that transition from, sort of being involved with him, having a relationship with him, working under him, and now working alongside him?
Yeah, I suppose as a player coach, it's a bit different, the relationship. As a player as well, you sort of focus on yourself and obviously the team to an extent, but it's about your performance. Where as a coach, it's about the collective and making sure everyone's on board, and we're adhering to the team task. So yeah, as I said, I didn't appreciate, I suppose, the detail that John goes to, and the other assistant coaches as well, in terms of preparation for trainings, the analysis side of things in regards to our opposition that we're playing on the weekend. So yeah, as I said, as a player, sort of there, you focus on your training and then obviously recovering, whereas as a coach, you're putting in long hours and preparing, and it's just that constant cycle, which it's been great to see that other side of John and the other coaches as well, which is obviously new to me.
Well, it's an interesting wrinkle this season that you're coaching one of the guys you were competing for a spot with at Brisbane Roar back in the day. How's Jamie Young been to work with?
Yeah, look, he's been fantastic. To be fair, I've always had good relationships with, fellow goalkeepers. It's just, I suppose, we speak about it, the goalkeeper union. It's a strong union. We know it's a tough one, whereas, there's one goalkeeper that's going to play, but we still work and encourage and, we work hard to ultimately make it difficult for the coaches to select the goalkeeper. And, whoever gets the shirt on the weekend, they know that they need to perform, because if not, there's someone else breathing down his neck. But there's that mutual respect there. And with Jamie in particular, obviously I had that relationship prior to coming to the club, and I knew the way he operates. And ultimately for myself, I'm there to improve the goalkeepers, and that's been fine, that transition.
Well, in terms of improving the goalkeepers, or watching their performances, picking out points where they might be able to do potentially better, how does that process work with someone like Youngie? Someone who you're very familiar with, you've spent a lot of time with him. He himself is an experienced keeper and also has kept eight clean sheets this year. How do you manage that with someone who you know so well?
Yeah, great question. And he's also obviously a very experienced goalkeeper that's accomplished a lot. And it's hard, I suppose, for, with younger goalkeepers, you can sort of tweak certain things, but with experienced goalkeepers, they know what's worked for them. It's hard to change their ways. But for me, it's challenging them. Like, again, trying to be creative in terms of the sessions that I put on, areas that I see that, he could be better, both him and Scotty. It's just constantly challenging him, trying to get the best out of him. And again, playing well, keeping clean sheets, that breeds confidence. And, that's definitely what, Jamie's got at the moment.
What about Ryan Scott then? He's such an interesting character. He's one of our favourites here at the station. Lachie and I both keen followers of NPL Victoria as well, so we were very happy to see him get a gig at a higher level. How's he to work with on a daily basis?
Yeah, he's been fantastic. I can't speak highly enough of Scotty. I didn't have the pleasure of working with him prior, but obviously last year he played a big chunk of games and he did incredibly well. But just to have him in the environment, around the guys, how supportive he is, it really is one union. And, when we win on the weekend, he's the one starting the songs. He's such an integral part of the group and obviously the goalkeeper department. And, as I said, I can't praise him enough. His work rate, his head hasn't dropped because he isn't playing, because he knows that, he's got to play a role for the team, and his opportunity will come, and he's got to be ready for it when it does come. So there's no feeling sorry for himself. He's working hard, driving the boys at training, and that's what you need. And if you want to have success as a team, you need everyone, the collective, on board and pushing each other. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
It's a great point about the value that Scotty can bring to the side even when he's not on the pitch. I think 9 times out of 10, the post-game video of the fans celebrating with the players, 9 times out of 10, Ryan Scott is usually the man with the megaphone. And as you pointed out, it is a good atmosphere. And a lot of the players that we've had on have been very complimentary, Josh, of those sort of dressing room vibes, if you will. How do you experience that as a coach, sort of a little bit from the outside looking in of the playing group?
Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate. I recently retired, so I know how it feels to be a player. And I've been in some environments as well where we've had success. And I'll tell you what, the vibes that the guys are creating at the moment, and again, that comes with winning games of football and sticking to our structures and getting success. So once you combine those two things, you can go very, very far. And at the minute, that's what's been happening. We've been winning, we've been playing a certain way, and everyone can see that it's working and everyone's bought into it. So it helps. As I said, it's a good environment to be around, good place to come in on a daily basis, to work hard and try to improve. And that's the environment that the coaches are trying to create. And it definitely helps when you've got good characters. Because, as I said, from 1 to 20, everyone knows that they're going to play their role in the success of the team, and everyone's going to be called upon because there's so many games, there's midweek games, and as I said, everyone's in a good place, and we just want it to continue.
There is certainly plenty of characters in the United dressing room. All you need to do is check your Instagram and watch all their stories, and I think that's proof of that. But what I was really driving at with that question, Michael, is hypothetically, Sweet Caroline's coming on at full time after a win. Leo's got the shirt off. He's got the Instagram live out. Are you jumping around and having a dance as well? Or are you just enjoying it?
Yeah, no. Everyone's around when we sing the song. All the coaching staff. When they start spraying the water and the Powerade, that's when the coaching staff moves to the side. But Again, it's fantastic. As I said, we didn't know the team song at the start. It's up on the board, but we've sang it that many times this year so far. Everyone knows the words, and long may it continue, because there's no better feeling than winning, and that's why the boys love coming into work and enjoying themselves so much.
Well, that's always a good barometer for how the season's going, is how well you know the team song midway through. So it's been a pretty successful campaign so far. I wanted to ask, I don't know if everybody knows this, but you were playing MPL 3 a little bit last year for Nunawading. Did you actually face the Western United youth team in that season?
He did.
Yes, I did. Western United beat us 3-2. So, they were very good. Obviously a young team, very, very quick. That's all I can say, because Nunawading boys were chasing shadows at times, but they had some good players.
Well, you obviously had a chance to experience some of the young players coming through, some of the standouts in that side when you played against them. It must be a nice feeling for you to now sit alongside some of those bright talents from the academy side on the bench these days as they come into the senior setup.
Yeah, exactly right. As I said, I obviously faced them during a competitive game, and now to have them and help mentor them. I know I'm the goalkeeper coach, but in saying that, I've been around changing rooms for a very, very long time. And just to be around it, and the boys, some of the younger boys bounce a few things off me as well. It's good. As I said, they're starting their journey. I've been there and I'm there to help them. And as I said before, I know I'm the goalkeeper coach, but we're pretty open. If anyone wants to have a chat, we're there. We're not, no, you can't speak to us type thing. So as I said, we've created a great environment, and it's great to see these younger boys given an opportunity, and hopefully, and as I said before, they will be called upon. So it's very, very important that we have these younger boys coming through. Absolutely.
I mean, it sounds like they're pretty receptive to that kind of mentoring and feedback. They don't say, "Hey, I stuck 3 past you last season. What's this guy trying to tell me?"
Yeah, no. They've been pretty good. As I said, a few of them know, obviously, my playing history as well, and used to watch me when I was a lot younger. So, again, it's great now that they can relate to me and obviously, see myself and, the other coaches on a daily basis and, get to work with us. So, again, we're trying to create an environment there that, these guys love to come into and constantly want to improve.
Are you still planning to play another season in the post for Nunawading this season?
Yeah, the plan was to play on. This would have been my final year, and we actually round 1 was meant to be Western United versus Nunawading City, or that's the fixture in a couple of weeks' time. But now that I'm coaching, I can't play on. So I wish the boys well.
I was going to say it might have been an opportunity to maybe to bring Youngie and Scotty down, just to sit behind the goals, and you can say, this is how I like to do it. This is the way that I go about it. But we can leave that idea on the shelf. But obviously you've got a lot of players who are able to young players who are able to lean on your experience, and, you've been a big part of the season that Western United have had. And I want to touch back on something that Josh brought up introducing you. You are the A-League's most successful player as an individual, the most premierships, most championships. First of all, how does it feel to have that title?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool feeling, to be fair. It's funny, when you're playing, it's sort of, okay, we've accomplished that, now what's the next goal? And you don't really enjoy it until, I suppose, after when you do retire, and you can look back and say, okay, geez, I had a pretty good career in terms of what you just mentioned, titles and being part of so many special teams and occasions. So, that's something, no one can take away from me. And as I said, many, many fond memories. Those grand finals, every single one of them, there was 5 of them, and they all, in their different ways, are so unique. But as I said, there's no better feeling of winning a title and everything that went into it for that year, the effort, the team, it just, to top it off with a championship win, it's massive. And I'm very, very pleased to have had that and obviously hold this record.
Well, let's dig into some of that in your past playing history. I mean, you were part of the now legendary Raw Salona side under Ange Postecoglou. It must be a bit surreal to see him tearing it up with Celtic at the moment.
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised though. For me, Ange was fantastic, and obviously what he achieved as well, the Socceroos, the Asian Cup, and the World Cup, we did so well, considering the opposition, and in Japan, even that winning the league in Japan, it's such a hard feat, and for him to do it in the manner that he did, it's fantastic, and good to see him now in Celtic, doing well.
What was it like to play as a goalkeeper in those teams? Because they were taking risks with the ball that I don't think any A-League team had attempted before.
Yeah, look, to be honest, there was, as you said, it was playing out from the back. It's sort of, taking risks. And at the time, I wasn't, used to that. So I had to get used to that sort of way of playing. So, it was sort of a little different. But in saying that, he had buy-in from the whole group, and because of that, we all knew what our roles were, and we're all on the same page. So again, I enjoyed that. As you said, we set so many records. To be a part of that 36 game undefeated streak, it was amazing. You look back and go, oh geez, we got away with that game where we probably should have lost, and that player stepped up the last minute, things like that, which you need luck along the way. But in saying that, we created our own luck, and I really thought we really transformed the way football was played in this country.
It's interesting, hearing you recounting these sort of old stories of, well, I shouldn't say old. No, sorry. No,
only old for you, Lachie. You barely remember these.
Success stories from a few years ago. I'm 22. Age means nothing to me. But it's pretty clear that, obviously you have a better, if not the best understanding of any player of what a winning dressing room environment sort of looks like. And, you mentioned buy-in, or the buy-in that all the players had with Ange Postecoglou in those Raw days. And that seems like something that John has definitely got at the moment with this squad. I guess what I'm getting at is, do you recognise those same championship winning dressing room qualities in the squad that you're with now?
Yeah, there's definitely similarities. And for me as well, obviously, they say attackers win you, premierships, but then, championships are won defensively. For me, if you have a solid foundation in terms of you give minimal away, we know we've got the likes of Diamante, Alex up front, Lachie, Wales, all these other players, even Dylan. So we're going to hurt teams going the other way. So if we've got a solid foundation where we can build from, we'll be fine. And again, as I said early on, it was tough in the sense that because we had so many new players come in, John had to obviously lay the foundations out. And again, to explain it to the players and for them to have buy-in, which they definitely have, and they're executing the game plan well, and we're only going to improve. So again, winning brings confidence to them, and that's what I found as well when those years back where we did win premierships and championships, we were playing confidently because we knew our roles in the team, and that's what John and the coaching staff have done so well, that every player knows their role. Even the players coming into the team, they can't say, oh, I haven't played there, I don't know the role. No, everyone's on the same page. So, fingers crossed, may it continue. And, it's 1 week at a time. We're not going to jump the gun. We just got to worry about now City on Saturday night and go from there. But as I said, the foundations have been laid, and I only think we'll get better.
Are there any other, details or habits or traits of these successful teams that you've been a part of that you pick up on, whether it's Victory back in the day, whether it's the Brisbane teams, whether it's even this Western United squad now?
Traits, we hate to lose. It's win at all costs. Win, and then, okay, we might not have played well, but then we review it on the Monday. I'd rather do that than, we lose or draw and then we review it. So it's getting that winning mentality, and that starts from the training field. And that's what the coaching staff have really instilled, every session there, the guys that come in, they're there to work again to improve. And that's what I think's the difference, because we don't go through the motions. There's a lot of, as mentioned before, the detail and planning that goes into it. We want to execute, and our best chance of winning on a weekend is making sure every day that the the group comes in and we work on it during the training pitch, and then come game day, that's the fun bit for them. You know what I mean? They know what they've already prepared. It's get out there, play, boys, enjoy it. So that's definitely a trait, and I love it. I love Neil Kilkenny in the middle there, barking orders. True winner. Jamie Young as well, leads by example. He's vocal, and again, that just rubs off on the rest of the group. So as I said, it's been good so far, but we're not going to get carried away. We're midway point, and we've just got to continue that momentum. So hopefully, come finals time, the boys really, really go in confidently.
You talk about setting up those foundations at the start of the season. And one of the things that we've had a few players, both on and off air, say is, was mentioned is the work that Hayden Fox has done in helping to set up such a solid defence. I mean, we had Leo on before just saying how much he's learnt from working alongside Hayden Fox. But obviously, that strong defence is not just a back four, it's the goalkeeper behind it as well, who's crucial in that. So how does your relationship with Hayden Fox kind of work? Because he might have most of those defensive responsibilities in terms of coaching, but goalkeeping is a huge part of that as well. So how do you guys work together?
Of course, and I can't speak highly enough of Hayden. He's come in and done an amazing job. You can see his attention to detail, to the centimetre where he wants positions, the player's position, especially defensively, set pieces and whatnot, is phenomenal. You can see he's worked with Tony Popovich quite closely, and he's added massively towards the defensive unit. And I'll go one step further as well. It's not just the defenders and the back four and the two defensive midfielders. It starts from up top, and the guys being set up where they can press the opposition. So for me, even Alex and Dia to an extent have really helped start the press from high, and then that helps relieve the pressure from the defending side of things. So it's a collective, and again, everything that you do, we're playing a team game, you need the whole group to execute, and that's what's happening at the moment. If we didn't have the strikers working hard for us, the midfielders doing the running they do, defensively we might have conceded a few more goals, but because we've got that strong foundation, the defenders appreciate as I said, the work they do in front of them. And again, the defenders have been fantastic, and obviously Jamie Young's made some big saves when he's needed to as well, and again, that just brings that confidence. But it's interesting to see, obviously we study the opposition, their threats, and we'll have a component there where the defensive defensive team will head off to to do some defensive work, and the attackers will go the other side with Johnny Anastasiadis as well, and with John Aloisi to focus on that side of things. So again, depending on the opposition, their threats, we'll make sure that the goalkeepers and defenders know what to expect. Again, replicate that at training so they know what they're going to face, and take that confidence into a game. And that's what's been happening. And as I said, the attention to detail is phenomenal.
How much has goalkeeping changed in your time in football? Because we've gone through some different eras in quite a short space of time in the way goalkeepers are expected to play. And how is your, approach to coaching goalkeepers, developed over the course of your career? Because, what you learned as a junior is probably not the same things that that you're teaching now.
Yeah, great question. I'm showing my age here, but I was going to say I used to play when you could pick up the ball, the back pass rule, where you pick it up and 4 steps and you had to kick it. But then that obviously changed, and you had to because that was the way forward to quicken up the game. So now these days, goalkeepers are like outfield players. You need to be so comfortable with the ball at your feet. You need to be both left-footed, right-footed, certain ranges to be short and long. And also what I've noticed as well now, you have to be super fit, because you're expected to do a lot more. Even like when the opposition's got the ball, keeping a high line, you're covering ground, you need to be explosive, obviously, to make saves, and you need to be quick to get out there, whether it's a through ball over the top. So that really, that athleticism has gone to another level. So I find as well now with my training, I do a lot of work on, plyometrics, power work to really get that explosiveness, but it also gives them that conditioning for repeated efforts, for double saves. Hopefully they don't have to make double saves, but when they need to, at least they've got that in their toolbox as such. So it has evolved and it will continue to evolve. But goalkeepers is such a critical part to the team. They start attacks and obviously they're the last line of defence. But for me, particularly with Jamie Young as well, he's got that experience, that coaching. It's about prevention. So if he can organise the defence and the midfield in front of him, because he sees he's probably one or two steps ahead of what's happening or the likely threats, it makes his job easy. That way he doesn't have to make saves. That's a last resort. So again, you want someone coaching out there, and that's why I love having Killer as well, Neil Kilkenny in front screening, because he coaches that midfielders as well, getting into position. So it's a big thing. That spine's pretty solid with Leo as well there, Lacroix, and obviously, as I mentioned before, Alex and Dia up front. So it's an important thing.
Well, game this weekend against the reigning champions, Melbourne City at Amy Park. That one's just freshly added to the fixture list. Doesn't get any bigger than that. How are you preparing for this one? Yeah,
we're preparing for Sydney FC on a Friday night, and obviously late fixture change. I'm actually here in Sydney on a goalkeeper course. I thought I was going straight to the game tomorrow night, but now I'm coming back to Melbourne. But not to worry. But look, again, that's COVID. We've had a few spanners thrown in. It's just moving on to City, who are a great team. We've had two great results against them. The boys performed incredibly well. So we'll definitely head into that game with confidence. And it's a top of the table clash, first versus second. They're the games you want to be a part of. So I'm sure the boys will be buzzing and they'll be up for the game on Saturday evening. Well, Michael, Theo, we really appreciate your time, mate. Happy to have you on board with your experience and the titles you've got under your belt. And we'll see. We might yet see you on an NPL pitch. Maybe we'll try and make it happen mid-season once the A-League season's over, hey? I would have put the gloves on for one more year, boys. But I'm happily retired and happily to look after the goalies at the club. Well, we're very grateful for your presence, I'm sure. So, Michael, Theo, we'll let you go, but thank you so much for your time. Cheers, guys. Take care. We'll let Michael Theo go. He's been so generous with his insights. Yes. I mean, what a man to have around the club. I mean, in the context of what Western United as a club are trying to achieve this season, where they've set themselves, I put it to you, Josh, and I put it to you, Green Room viewers as well, and listeners. Could you have a better person to be involved in the club than the winningest individual player in the history of the A-League men's competition? I'm going to say no. I don't think there really is a better man for the position. I'm thinking back to A-League grand finals past, and everyone remembers Eric Partalou's late equaliser in that was it 2013? I'm not good with years, but it was the late equaliser against the Mariners in extra time. No one seems to remember that it actually had to go to penalties after that, and Michael Theo had to come up with some big stops. Yeah. He's, colossal in a literal and a figurative sense, I think, in terms of what he's contributed to the A-League. Absolutely. And what he's contributed to Western United now with two goalkeepers vying for that number one jersey. As he said, it's about testing a guy like Jamie Young, who's been around the traps forever and has won that many Goalkeeper of the Season awards and that many Player of the Season awards in Brisbane. That's a tough task to come up with something new for someone who's seen everything. Yeah, and I think a real testament to someone like Michael and Jamie as well, that given their history, having formerly competed for the same goalkeeping spot at a club, it could have been easy for them to maybe have a falling out, but it's clear that they get along very well and do a great job together, and it's producing the best in terms of that relationship, in terms of what it's getting out of Jamie Young. It's funny though, those relationships with goalkeepers and backups and players vying for that position, there actually seems to be a bit of solidarity there, because everybody in that role knows what it feels like to be on the outer and to be frustrated not getting the first team football. I think as he said, goalkeepers union, it's a very real thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, literally the only disappointment is knowing that he won't be playing for Nunawading this season. That's the only letdown of that interview. But other than that, no complaints whatsoever.
I was really looking forward to the rematch with the Western United.
I just wanted to see just once the NPL Victoria camera panning down to Michael Theo in goals, and you just see Jamie Young and Ryan Scott just full Western tracksuit just standing behind the goal. Just learning, union. Watching and learning.
All right, well, before we go, we'll have a look ahead to this match against Melbourne City. It's a 5:05 p.m. kickoff at Amy Park. That one's fresh on the fixture list, so no Melbourne derby on Saturday night. It's been rescheduled, postponed, so that means that Western United get the chance to take on the reigning champions. This one's a tasty one.
Oh, well, it is. I mean, we're looking at a first versus second game here. But there's no other way. It's a top of the table clash. It literally does not get any larger than that. But not only that, Josh, it's a chance to take on the reigning champions who currently, their game obviously against Macarthur has to finish for them to stay in that top spot. But it's a chance for Western United to leapfrog City once again. And also it's a chance for them to do a clean sweep over the reigning champions. Like, you talk about statement wins or statement results. To beat the same team, the reigning champions of the A-League men's, in every single occasion, is quite a feat.
That's laying down a marker if they can get it done.
And I think I don't see any reason why they can't necessarily do it in this game, because really the last two games that these two sides played against each other, I don't think the staunch rear guard that Western United have shown time and time again they're able to produce. The two games they played against each other, I don't think City had any idea about how to really get in behind it and break this side down, because City are a team that maybe like to have the ball in transition, hit those counter-attacking opportunities, and for the most part, the Western United defence does not give you that space.
Well, they've had their number so far this year. We'll see what happens on Saturday night. City have had plenty of time to stew on that early season result and come up with something. So get your tickets. It's a potentially previewing the grand final. Dare I say it? The two strongest teams in the league coming up against each other on Saturday night at Amy Park. Better be there, because it's going to be a big one. Lachie, thank you for your company tonight. Thank you to Leo Lacroix and Michael Theo for their time as well. We'll sign off here on The Green Room, the official Western United Club show here on FNR, presented by Simonds Homes, the great Australian builder. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Western United, can they find something here?
Big chance, Barisha! He's done it again!
And it's a goal! Unbelievable! What about this? Dylan Farias, his first touch of the game. Sanchez! Western United do claim the 3 points. And Diamante again! Oh, he's done it! Twice! He's chipped a keeper!
Presented by Simonds. It's The Green Room on FNR, Football Nation Radio.